hurt my back about 5 days ago, and today I decided it was time to post a yoga class for low back pain. So I tend to have trouble with my QL. It's a muscle that connects at the top of our hip, on the inside of the hip bowl, and it reaches up to the bottom of our thoracic spine, so right at the 12th rib there. So this muscle, it gets tight, it gets overstretched, and it gets weak if it's used too much. So what I'm learning is that I need to focus on core strength and really spend some time, now that I've been injured, stretching back open the muscles that have become tight because of my injury. So if you experience low back pain, whether just from daily routines like sitting in a chair all day, or maybe you have an actual injury or an accident and your back is now hurting, take a few days of rest, and when you're able to kind of walk around and move around a little bit, it's time to get on your mat. So let's just go ahead and get started. So it's a little painful for me to sit in Sukhasana, an easy seat with the legs crossed. If that's available to you, you can sit like that. I'll be sitting like this to begin the practice in our hero's pose. So just sit up nice and tall as you can, and feel the core engagement right away to go ahead and protect the low back. Draw the belly button in, draw the navel towards the spine, and then lengthen up through the crown of your head. Your hands can rest on your legs, you can close your eyes. And just take a few breaths here to drop into this practice. Feel your breath rise and fall. Feel the body expand with each inhale as you take up space, as you become one with your environment. And as you exhale, consciously release and let go of any tension in your body, tension in your mind or your thoughts. Where can you soften into this practice, into yourself? Begin your Ujjayi breath. Your lips are sealed as you breathe in and out through your nose. Draw this breath out as long as you can as we activate prana in the body. Take 3 deep breaths here. Really take your time. And start to invite gentle movements into your shoulders. You can roll them out in one direction. You can start to move them in the opposite direction. Really listen to your back. Keep the core drawn tight. Maybe you move one shoulder at a time, finding any organic movement. And you can add this movement into your neck. Maybe you roll out your head side to side. Just kind of finding some upper body movement here. When we get injured, the body kind of tightens up to protect itself. So with the breath deep, start to invite movement into your body as we open it back up into a place of trust. And come back up to a tall spine, soften your shoulders. Let's reach the hands up and over the head so the palms touch, and then draw your hands to heart center for our Anjali Mudra. I invite you to set an intention for this practice here. What do you wish to carry with you to this work and embody in your life? Let your eyes gently flutter open. We're going going to roll onto our hands and knees. We're going to move into tabletop. So stack your shoulders over your hips. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Your feet are untucked, so the tops of your feet press into the earth. And keep the core engaged here so the navel draws into the spine. And we'll take a gentle cat-cow. So start to lower the belly. Keep the navel tight as you lift your gaze. Really press through your hands to protect your low back here. Take a deep breath. And begin to round the spine, drawing the belly in, chin to chest. Take a deep breath here. With a back injury, it's really important that we listen to what our body is telling us. So as you move through your cat-cow flow here, really take your time. We don't want to feel any pain. Slow, deep breath as you move. Let's do 3 more of these cat-cows. To tabletop. Let's start to make some circles with the hips. So like you're drawing a circle on the ground with your belly button. Big circles here. Keep the core engaged. Keep the body active as you stretch open the hips. And take your circles in the opposite direction. Connect your movement to your breath. One more big circle. Come back to center. Let's press our hips over to the right. Look over your left shoulder and breathe. Come back through center. Press the hips over to the left. Look over your right shoulder and breathe. Back to center here. We'll stretch the wrists a little bit, so turn the fingers out 90 degrees away from each other. And you can bring your wrists as closely together as is comfortable for you. Try and lift up and out of the shoulders, draw the navel in, and make gentle circles around your wrists here. Through center. Now we're going to turn the fingers back towards our knees. So you can bring your hands back to shoulder width distance here. Fingers are turned back as far towards your knees as is comfortable. Lift up and out of the shoulders. And then press back into your hips a little bit if that's comfortable. Spread the fingers wide, opening up the forearms and the wrists. Hands are very important energetic centers in the body. So breathe into each finger as you press them into the floor, opening ourselves up to receive life's blessings and to allow love to flow through us, through our hands, into the work that we do, into the lives that we touch. Slowly start to bring the fingers forward. And we're going to stretch the top of the hand now. So you're going to lift your right palm, flipping it up. Your fingers point back towards the knee. Spread the fingers wide. Your palm is facing up. Lengthen up and out of your neck and your shoulder. Take a breath here. Feel the fingernails press into the earth. And then make a fist with that hand. Pull the fingers in. And then roll them back down. Do that a few times. Really stretching out the hand. And then we'll switch. Flip the left palm up. fingers point back and towards you. Lengthen out of the neck, spread the fingers wide. And make a fist with that hand. And then roll the fingers down. Do that a few times, rolling out the hand. And come back to tabletop on both hands. We're going to send our right leg back and behind us. And keep the toes tucked, just stretching the back of the calf. Take a deep breath. You can lift the leg, rolling out the ankle a little bit here. Keep the core engaged to protect your low back. And bring your foot back down to the ground. We're going to take a modified side plank. So send your left foot out to the side, drop the back heel in. Let's send the right arm high. Nice side bend stretch here. Then reach your hand up and over your head, really lengthening the side body. This is a good stretch for low back pain. Really want to open up the hips, get into our piriformis muscle. Feel any sensation. Breathe into it. Imagine just some warm light buzzing in that hip. We'll come back to our tabletop. We'll take that on the other side. So send the opposite foot back. Keep the toe tucked as you stretch out the calf and breathe. And lift the heel up as you roll out the ankle. That in both directions. And again here, bring the foot down to the ground. Send your right leg out to the side as you open up into your modified side plank. And reach the hand up and over your head as you breathe. Lengthen through the side body, through your neck. Take a deep breath. Both hands come back down to the earth. We're going to lower down to our belly. Let's take 8-pointed pose. So tuck the toes in under, lower chin and chest to the earth. Look forward, take a deep breath. And press through your hands to come down onto your belly for cobra pose. Bring the feet together. Squeeze the elbows into your ribs here. Lift the chest, look forward. Just breathe into the back as we gently strengthen these muscles. Let's move breath to movement. So on the inhale, you're going to lengthen your spine. Exhale, roll down. Again, inhale, lift up. Press your feet into the earth. Exhale, soften. Do 3 more of these. Inhale, lift. Stay here for 2 breaths. And soften. We'll take stick in the mud. So send your right arm out to the side. You're going to look over to your left. Bend your left knee. And then just roll onto the right side of your body. Stick in the mud. Getting a nice stretch across our chest. And breathe here. And roll back to center. Take it on the other side. Send your left arm out to the side. Roll onto the left side of your body. You can keep your hand in front of you propped up, or you can straighten that arm out, whatever feels good. And just breathe here, feeling the stretch in your shoulder. Keep your Ujjayi breath deep and connected. And roll back to center. Let's press up onto our forearms for our Sphinx pose. Press through your hands to lengthen through the crown of your head. Your feet are kind of wide, maybe a little bit wider than your hips. Let's look over the right shoulder, take a deep breath. Come back through center, look over the left shoulder, take a deep breath. And come back through center. Let's make some circles here. Rolling out the head in one direction. You can roll it out side to side, whatever feels good. Make sure you go both ways here. And come back through center. You're going to bend your right foot and reach back with your right hand. Pull the foot towards your hip. This is frog pose. So it may feel best to rest your head down if you feel any tightness in your low back. You're going to pull the foot to the outer edge of your hip. And just breathe here for a few breaths. You should feel a nice stretch in your quad, your thigh, or maybe in your knee, maybe even up into the hip. And just breathe here, opening up these muscles. Just notice your thoughts. Use your breath as a tool to clear your mind. And then gently release your foot. Let's take that on the other side. So reach back for the left foot. Pull the foot towards your hip. If you'd like, you can lower your head down and just breathe. Another deep breath. And then gently release. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press up to your hands and knees. Let's make some circles with the hips here. And keep your hips stacked over your knees. Just kind of reach your right hand to the top left corner of your mat. Soften down into your left elbow, getting a nice side bend stretch here. Come back through center. Do that to the opposite side. Reach your left hand across, lower down into your right elbow and breathe. And come back through center. We'll take a child's pose. So depending on how your low back is feeling, you may need to modify this. You can take your knees as wide as you'd like. Soften down into your forearms. Maybe you can even lower your head to the ground. You can stack your hands if you'd like here. And just breathe into your low back. You're welcome to use any props, maybe a bolster or a couple blocks. Soften into your body as you breathe. Let's take 3 more breaths. Tabletop, hands and knees. We'll go ahead and lower onto our backs now. Keep the knees bent, feet on the ground. We're going to do a little bit of core work here. So We'll bring the legs up into a figure 4, feet together, knees at hips width distance. You can reach your hands up to the ceiling. You're also welcome to bring your hands behind your neck. We're going to lift, draw the belly in, lift the spine up off the mat. And with a nice strong core, you're going to exhale, draw the elbows towards your knees. Take a deep breath here and lower back down. Let's find that breath to movement. Nice and slow, drawing the elbows up to your knees. And listen to your body here. If this is a little too much for your low back, you're welcome to lower your feet back down to the mat. Let's do 3 more. One more. And rest the feet on the mat. Reach your hands up and over your head and just windshield wiper the knees side to side a little bit. Now let's reach our hands down and in front of us. Feet are planted on the earth. Lift the spine again here. Keep the back of the neck long, gazing up. And just pulse forward, reaching the fingers towards your toes. Let's do that for 3, 2, 1. Hold, reach forward like you're trying to reach your pinky fingers to your pinky toes. Take a deep breath. And soften down, reach your hands up and over your head. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let's take figure 4, right ankle up and over the left thigh. Reach through and grab the back of that knee if you can. You're also welcome to modify by bringing your foot to the ground. Breathe here into your right hip. And gently release. Let's take that to the other side. Figure 4, reach through. Grab the back of your thigh. Breathe into your hips. Releasing any tension here. And gently release. We're going to take legs up the wall to finish our practice today. So go ahead and find a wall near you. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can put a prop underneath your hips and just send your legs straight up to the sky, maybe a bolster or a blanket. Go ahead and send the legs up. Let the arms rest out by your sides. Just let the pelvis, the back of your hips, just rest on the ground. Just try to let gravity draw everything down. Feel the blood move to your low back. And draw your Ujjayi breath down into this space, into the low back, to the root chakra. Invite healing energy into this space. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. You're also welcome to send the legs wide, taking it nice and slow with control. You're always welcome to use your hands to support your legs. Just breathe along the inner thighs here if you take this variation. Begin to bring the legs back and together. Start to bend the knees a little bit here, as much as is comfortable, listening to your back. Try to keep the knees at hips width distance, or maybe a little bit closer. And just take a few breaths here as you stretch the back, allowing it to soften into the mat. We'll take a twist here, so press your palms down into the earth to keep your shoulders nice and glued to the ground, and just let your feet gently fall over to one direction. Bring your gaze to the opposite side. We want to feel a stretch around our rib cage. The twist is in the thoracic spine. And just breathe here. Feet back through center and then slowly over in the opposite direction. And bring your feet back through center. We're going to stay here for our Shavasana today. If you don't have a wall, just prop a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees to lay back on your back. Just take a few cleansing breaths here. Releasing any expectations around your healing. Om Hare Om. I accept what is, I accept where I am. I understand that the healing has already began. And I allow myself to be here in this moment as I am. Om Hare Om. To deepen your breath, and know that you can stay here as long as you would like. Feel free to pause this video and Spend as much time here in this space as you can. When you feel ready, slowly begin to draw your knees towards your chest as you roll onto either side. Into your fetal position, support your head with your arm. And just take a few breaths here in this space of rebirth. Take a deep breath as a commitment to your healing in this practice, this work. And when you feel refreshed and ready to begin again, just slowly press yourself up. You can return to a cross-legged seat, or to your back, or maybe to a hero's pose. Let's bring our hands to our heart space. Just take a few breaths here to reflect on this practice. A moment to honor yourself and the progress that you've made through this practice. And gratitude for this time spent with yourself in your own skin. Let's seal our practice today with the sound of Om. This sound reminds us that we are connected to all that is around us and all that is within us. Take a deep breath for the inhale. It is an honor to share this sacred space with you. Thank you for joining me here today. May your body, as wise and beautiful as it is, heal itself at its own pace. And may you have patience and give love to your body in every moment as much as you can. Om Hare Om, everything is exactly as it should be. Lift your hands up to your third eye. The light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and stay tuned for more yoga videos. And remember that if you ever have any requests, anything that you'd like me to dive into, any class preference, please feel free to email me or message me. I love those requests. Thank you. Namaste.